Okay, hello. I'm back. I had to close out that live and create a new one. Something happened with my internet. So I hope you guys can find me over here. I'm just going to continue on with the journal. And I will try to find myself in the live here. Hold on. So that live, here I go, part 2. Okay, I don't know what happened. They upgraded our lines last week and we didn't have internet for like a few days, and they said now you're going to be getting better services. And I've had like buffering issues and I've reported it, and I've never had those issues before. So I'm going to try to get to where you can kind of see what I'm doing. You get to see my fun Golden Girls pajamas, guys. It's Sunday. This is what self-care is. So hopefully you guys can kind of catch me back where I was. Oh, okay, hi Ellen, nice to see you. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I don't know what happened. That's really weird. Okay. So where I was is I created that pocket. And a lot of these smaller pages are going to be harder to like do a whole lot of pockets and whatnot on. But what I do want to do is I want to do some like, we have little sayings or little flowers, and we could do like a little tuck spot, if you will. Okay, this is what the page I was looking for. I kind of made a decent mess over here, so I hope it's not too distracting. So she divided this page up, which is really nice. I'm going to go ahead and throw in the links again. I know you guys probably got them before, and there's not a whole lot of us here right at this moment, but I don't mind. I like creating for myself and my little crafty community and getting to know you guys. But if you're watching the replay and you're watching it in parts, it's going to be kind of, I don't want you to get, like, where do I get this out? What's this? What's that? So I want you guys to be able to find everything kind of in one space. And you could do this with anything. It doesn't need to be this kit. I'm just, a lot of, I've had like people ask in the past too, and I haven't been like very prepared. But, you know, your paper packs, like Michael's has been having these paper packs on and off on sale that I've shown in previous lives. On sale between $4.99 and now they're back up to $5.99, and then probably next week they'll go back to regular price, which would be what, $9.99 or $14.99, and then they'll go on sale again. So they've been doing a lot of that, and they've been updating the paper packs as well, which I think is really nice. So if you just have like an unlimited supply of paper like I do, you could create one of these journals with this. You could also just create your own journal with one of those paper packs. So that would be like a fun little thing to show, right? Okay, let's finish kind of fussy cutting this. I'm not going to do a whole lot of inking here because like most of the digital designers, which is really nice, they're very, I like it when the digital designer is a paper crafter because they have like a better understanding. And I'm just going to put this right here, and this is just going to be like a little bit of a tuck spot. So if they're a crafter themselves and they're designing, they have us in mind as the creator who's going to be playing with this. And they can kind of determine how things will work and what they would need, you know, what they've always wanted and needed in a design. And you know, vice versa. And I do have the fun paper clips here, which I really like. I'm gonna add some purple in there. We're gonna put this over here because I'll probably use it again. And you know, you can like paper clip something right there if you want, like a little note to yourself, or you know, whatever it is, a little something. And there's not here. I'm like, that's not gonna work. You just want to write like a little note right there. Or if you want to slide a picture in there, you have that. So I just think that it's a lot of fun just to add these fun little elements. To make it a flat for a larger, you could do that too. Yes, you could do that, Ellen. You can also make journals out of like paper grocery bags too. This is just how I like to do it. But you could open it and completely make a like a larger journal. But see, now we have a really large pocket in here too to stick things in if we want. I like doing this just because it's fun, and my other journals that I create are a little bit bigger. But yeah, you could completely do that. And now here in California, they banned plastic bags, so everything's a paper bag except for Michael's and Hobby Lobby. I still can't figure that out, but they're like, oh, we were told we could use our surplus, so you know, that fine. I don't mind. I like it better that way sometimes, especially for cleaning. And but just be mindful with these lunch bags. If you're going to open it and make it a larger journal with larger flaps and stuff, it's gonna be, the structure is gonna be a little bit softer, because these lunch sacks aren't as thick as like a brown paper grocery bag or something. You know, we used to all cover our books in the grocery bags and then draw on them in school. Well, I did. And that was like a requirement, so we didn't like scratch up and draw on the books and stuff. But so those grocery bags are a little bit thicker. But like I said, I used to glue, instead of having a really big pocket at the edge of the journal, I used to glue a lot of that closed. And so it would make, like, for a smaller pocket, and it would make it a little bit sturdier. But I found, like, when I'm putting the glue down, the glue spreads a little bit, and I couldn't fit as much in those pockets as I wanted to. I'm probably gonna go get some ribbon as well, I have some lacy ribbon, which will be really fun. And especially if you want to grab this kit and you want to play up the Victorian elements, like some lacy ribbon would really go with that. And I'm just realizing that this is matching my nail polish, so we're in a whole Mardi Gras, celebrating the Seahawks feel, right? Unconsciously, or subconsciously, not unconsciously, we're conscious. But I had been pink and reds for so long because of the holidays. I wanted to do something a little bit different, more indicative of like St. Patrick's Day coming up. So, and then I know it's Mardi Gras, I'm not French. My son is though. Okay, so I'm just gonna add this as like another little tuck spot. I am going to go grab, I need to move that. See, I like using the wet glue because I have a little bit of time. I'm really happy they won, actually, too. I think they have a really good owner. Obviously, they have an amazing coach. So, and this was like historic for him. I think like he's one of the youngest coaches, right? I think I'm gonna add a little bit of color, and I think I'm gonna put in some sayings, and these are free on Collage Soup. sparkle, shimmer, and shine. Magical. She dreams creativity. That's a little bit fun. Art is love made visible. So these are fun. Just gonna cut this straight down. Because I cannot tend to cut well in a straight line. I normally would make these, I would use like my wavy crafty scissors and stuff, the decorative scissors, but I'm just gonna kind of go with it. We're gonna go with it. Just kind of put that up to the top. And I do need to do another stretch and fold here. Okay. So we have that, and I think this would be fun at the bottom. Let's do this one really quick. And really, you could just keep the momentum going and decorate it how you will. I'm going to add some lacy elements in. You could do some like jewels or buttons, whatever you like. I actually moved my buttons to the shelf right above me, and they were across the way on the pegboard over there, but they're too hard to get to. And sometimes I just like decorating with buttons, and I actually have like a Victorian button that I think I might use for this. I think that would be fun. And I'll just put this right here. I will make this a little tuck spot. Okay, so let me get my sourdough on off to the side. So there she is. She's looking good. And I will get out more of the baby wipes, clean my hands, get my towel out to dry my hands, excuse me. See, we didn't know that sourdough went in the craft room, did we? If I was doing any glitter, or if I was doing any embossing or anything like that, I would not have my sourdough in here. I promise you I wouldn't. Okay, let me go get the lace. Okay, so I have the lace and I have ribbon. So we could do either one. I tried to make a separate tub just for the lace, and then I have 2 of these full of ribbon. So I think it's kind of fun to add these fun little elements in. I don't know what kind of lace I want to do. This would actually be very pretty, wouldn't it? Let's do that. Then I have my fabric tack, and then I have these little rolls of lace. This is synthetic lace. Has like a plasticky feel. I got these off of Amazon, so this is not like authentic lace or anything. This is wired lace that I got from, I think, Michael's, because it was buy 2 or buy 3 and get 3 free. But I like to just, Walmart has really good lace too in their sections. I try not to go into Walmart a whole lot. People are not happy there. So, yeah, there's that. Okay. I'm going to get my ribbon scissors out. And we don't have to cut like a big portion, actually, this would be really fun on the bottom. See, now I have glitter, so that's gonna be my last stretch and fold, probably. So I'm going to, I didn't realize this had glitter on it. Now we have glitter everywhere. I am just going to put this on the paper. And then once I'm done here on my live today, I'm going to do the whole sourdough sundae. I have a few good shows on. I have some laundry to fold. Like, I'm, you know, not really. And then I'm probably going to leave that up here. So it is still like a little bit of a flip down, or like a little bit of a tuck spot. But I just thought that that was fun and pretty. And we're just gonna put it right here. I hope you guys are enjoying this today. Okay. I also have a, speaking of self-care, a diamond painting that I've been working on that I got at Hobby Lobby. It's the bookshelf one. I was able to find that. I know that like went viral on TikTok, which is so silly, and now nobody can find it. But I don't have like a whole lot of time to do the whole diamond dot thing, so I might make that time today too. Okay, and then I'm just gonna trim, oops. Hold on, I'm just gonna trim it. It kept moving. I just have the wire in it, so it's gonna be harder to trim. Wow, this stuff is really glittery. We're gonna have to get the sourdough out of here. Okay. There we go. Okay. So this is just gonna like be the center point, and once this gets going, it starts like leaking out. So I'm gonna tip that upside down. Let's see about some of these sayings or sentiments. Away and silk through them. Huh. Golden threads weave dreams anew. High society's veil forever true. Those are kind of fun. Let's see. Victorian vines entwine with deco fire, where high society hearts. See, a lot of these things were to go with the whole Victorian part of this kit that I just didn't really play up on. I like leaving a lot of this, honestly. And oops, just cut this one right in half, and you can kind of just make it like a little bit of a tuck spot right there. So I'm going to finish this up probably over the next, hopefully I'll finish it today. Maybe, I don't know if I'll make the time now. I just rattled off like 5 different things I want to do. And I'm just going to keep decorating it. And we'll do a fun little sparkly Dreams do come true. Dance like nobody's watching. That's fun, right? This can be like a real empowerment type journal. Okay. And then I'll try to cut this as straight as I can. This is why I like to do the little decorative scissors with these little sayings. Let's do it right here in the middle, because you can't tell if you're crooked. Can't tell. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit. Oops. There we go. So let's kind of go through here. So let's do she's a beautiful lady. Let's tip her out over here. And then I'll just trim her along the edges. So thank you guys for sticking with me. Sorry about all of the technical difficulties. Honestly, I don't know what there was to improve. I have really stable internet here. I always have. And then they were doing repairs on the lines, which they were upgrading the lines, which is fine, whatever. But then they were adding things to make you have more reliable service. And I was like, I don't have unreliable service here. So I'm hoping that that's not going to be like a regular occurrence now. The buffering and all of that. But if you were here watching the replay, then you could just fast forward through all of that. So thank you guys for sticking with me. For the troopers that are on the live with us. And there's a lot of texture in these lines that I could really fussy cut around. I'm not. I'm just trying to get like the general idea of movement with the beautiful Victorian lady. You know what? I'm going to glue her down here and make her a tuck spot as well, since she's kind of sticking up off of the page. See? Just right here. Oh, we had his feet. We didn't want his feet, did we? I was thinking we could stick cut around her, stick this in and out. You could like write a note on the back. You could stick photos in here, kind of whatever you want. These paper bag journals can be as fussy or as simple as you want them. That's completely up to you as the artist. You can get them done fairly quickly. You can make them really long and complicated. Do what you will. And I'm going to post a flip through. I have my Valentine's Day cards on my Instagram, and then things that I create with you guys here. I've been trying to remember to post like a flip through or something. I'm not done with that 13 love letters yet. My goal is to finish that this weekend. And then I'm going to be the late supervisor at work next week, which is not going to be, it's like a mixed blessing. So going in on Tuesday, I go in late, but I stay late with all this rain that's coming. I don't want to be like driving in the dark, windy, flooding rain, and that's exactly what I'm going to have to do. But it'll give me a little bit more time in the morning to have some slow mornings, which will be fun. So I get up at regular time and then I just kind of do extra things. Like I'll get some yoga in or treadmill time in, and so I'm not having to force everything at the end of the evening. And then it should be a light homework week for me as well because I start a new class. And I need to look at the time because I have that meeting with my professor too. I try to carve out a few hours to do this with you guys on Sundays, so I hope that's still working. I hope you guys are enjoying that. And this little bouquet has got lots of little cracks and crevices in here, but that's going to make it look more realistic when we slide it in and out of our beautiful Victorian lady. There's so much you could do with this kit. You could really just make it a Victorian themed Emerald Serenity kit. You could make it more junk journal style like I am, and kind of make it like a little bit of a female empowerment journal. You could really just play up on the colors and just make it like a blue and green emerald journal. That is completely up to you. This kit has so much in here that you can do all the above 10 times over if you wanted to. Okay. Let's see. Just gonna stick that in so it'll kind of come in and out. This is a little bit plain, so let's see. Do we want to put some flourishes in there? I think I'm gonna go with these flourishes because it'll add a little bit of color, like a little bit of neutrality color. The flower behind her is really pretty, huh? That's what I thought too. I thought this would be pretty. So put it behind her. And there's fun little simple things that we can do to make our projects look a little bit more elegant and complicated, and they're not, you know. So that's a lot of fun with the printables. You have that freedom to do that. Or if you're like any ephemera books as well. Sometimes, like I have a few ephemera books, but a lot of ephemera books are themed, and which is fine, but I want something that's going to work for, like, be general for all of my projects or any of my ideas that kind of come. So that's why I like going the printable route. Do you guys do printables? Do you have at-home printing capabilities? If not, these are sold on Amazon in physical form. Just like Marisa from Sweet Pea Curiosities has a lot of her stuff on Amazon. So does Gingerbread Prints. So there's that. And you can order that through the website too, if you don't want to go on Amazon. Okay, oops, wrong page, Carrie, wrong page. And we could just put this right here, and this could be like a fun little tuck spot. Okay, there we go, there we go. And let's celebrate this magical moment. Hopefully that's not too long. It just breaks up the color a little bit. I'm chopping off that love over there, but no worries. These were free on Collage Soup. So, and then I downloaded them. So I have access to them. I'm kind of sliding off in my chair. Let's not do that. I'm gonna try to. And you could get like a punch or whatever if you want. That is going to be a little bit long. That's okay. This can just go right off to the side as well. So I'm probably going to do like another little flower tuck spot so somebody can put a picture there. Or I could do another a fun little paper clip. Let's see, we have like a gold. So we'll do a paper clip right here. So somebody could put a picture or something if they want to, and then they could double up and put a picture over here, right? So this is going to be our centermost point. I am going to do more of this. Just try to trim it. Have to get a little bit aggressive with it so it trims that. And hopefully, I probably need more fabric tack actually. I'm just gonna try to put it down here. I always find it easier if I put the fabric tack on the, not on the material, but like on the paper or on whatever I'm gluing it to. And it does seep through a little bit right here, but that's okay. And to make it, glued the paper together to make it a little bit more, just make better use out of the ribbon, and to make it a little bit more interesting in the journal, I'm just gonna getting the fabric tack all over my hands because it seeps through. I'm going to glue it over. And they could tuck something in here because I just glued over here, which is fine. So that's kind of how I'm going to have the center spot with I have this lonely little flower over here, right in the center, or on the edge of the page. Make it like another little tuck spot. Okay. Now, does everybody else, do you all have tomorrow off too? Are you able to take one more day for self-care? It's always exciting when we get to do that. I don't have any, like there's no real time off or like any holidays or anything coming up for me until May. Ooh, that's kind of scary. So like my son and his family are up in Big Bear this weekend because my daughter-in-law's family owns a cabin up there, so they're up there. So I didn't have plans with my grandson or anything. And my daughter that lives with me, she works on the weekends. And then she's been with her boyfriend all weekend because it's Valentine's Day weekend. So she'll be home tonight. And that I think needs to get broken up just a little bit too. I'm just going to add some flourishes in here. And then I'm probably not going to keep you guys much longer because I do have that meeting. And you can kind of see how this goes. So what we're going to do after I do the flourish over here, because I just kind of want to break up the color, like just a little bit to make it a little bit interesting. So not everything's so camouflage. So certain elements will stick out more than others. I don't want the artwork to get lost because I think that this is really pretty paper. And if everything is too much like the same, it just kind of gets lost in the page. cut this as well as I can. My cutter bees might be better for this because there's a lot of little bits, and I'm not gonna like worry about getting in here with an X-Acto knife or anything. You can if you want. That's completely up to you. I mean, I have the ability to do that. I just don't want to. And it's kind of a chill little crafting session. Okay. You're going to see a little bit more white bits. If that bothers you, you could ink up around it too. But since I'm kind of breaking up the color anyway, it'll be like a shadow. Oops. But here we go. I'm not going to cut all the way down there. I'm just going to kind of cut okay, there we go. There's the flourish. There we go. And I'll just leave that sticking up because it kind of gives it a little bit. Now the Fabri-Tac is really ready to go because it's like leaking out. It is ready. Okay, I was thinking of like another saying or something that might be fun. Or sentiment, saying, whatever. Sparkle, shimmer, and shine. I like adding the pink in here. So are you guys enjoying the project today? Like it's just something a little fun. Next Sunday is the 22nd, right? So I was thinking about using something with the book journal that I got at Sparkle, Shimmer, and Shine at Michael's, and then that book paper pad that I got at Michael's. I was thinking about using that too. I think that might be fun. See, and it's just a few more pages to decorate. I could sit here all day zhuzhing this up, honestly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my center point, and here's the elastic. Slide this in. Now, the happy accident that this could make, I get to put like journal jewelry on it, right? I'm going to probably put some beads and stuff on it. Is you could slip more papers in and out, like notes or whatever, if that's what you want to do. You could kind of make it big, and then you could do like a fun like enclosure. So let's see what we have today. So we have the front of our paper bag journal. We have pockets, right? We have fun pockets, and we have papers that are different lengths and different textures, which is a lot of fun. And She Dreams Creativity. I thought that this would be fun to make this like a little empowerment journal. So this would be fun for like a girl's birthday or your daughter or you know, whatever. Just like a fun Dance Like Nobody's Watching. If you want to record memories in here. And we have this beautiful lady. I actually have another one that I printed out. I thought I did. I thought I do right here. I have another beautiful gal right there as well. So I could probably put her in here too. Pictures, recording memories, whatever, you know, whatever you feel like doing. Now this is glitter getting everywhere. So if you kind of wanted to prevent that, you could spray it with some sort of fixative. I'm not going to worry about it. And then we just have the rest of the pages to go. And then here's the back of the journal. Definitely won't be doing any more stretch and folds in the craft room with the glitter, right? Let's clean this off. If I don't clean it off, she'll get clogged. Thank you. I hope you guys had fun today. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully we won't have any more technical difficulties. I'm going to go clean up and then finish my self-care sourdough and try to clean up this. I'm trying to put things away as I go. I do not know where the sheath went. It's right there. I hope you guys create something like this and tag me. I don't have a community post tab in here on my YouTube, but I could put that in there. I'm kind of waiting to get to 500 followers, and then I'll do a giveaway, and then we can start posting and sharing what we're doing. Hopefully I'm giving you some sort of inspiration. But I hope you guys have a fabulous Sunday. I hope you had a wonderful Valentine's Day. I hope you're treating yourself, and I hope you take care and give yourself some time for creativity. So I'm going to see you guys next Sunday. Bye, guys.